the most important thing is that you continue to try. Don't assume or don't be so picky and say like, oh, I cannot like that or that because I've never tried it. Just go for it and try. Hello and welcome to today's video. My name is Boy. I'm a Kenyan au pair living in Copenhagen, Denmark. As you can tell from the title of the video, we're going to be talking about 5 things that you can expect when you become an au pair in your new host country. Well, let's get right into it. Number 1 is diet. Food is very important. It's an important part of any country, any place that you go to. You find that when you go to a new place, you always want to try their foods because it tells you how people live and what their taste is kind of like. So expect that when you move to a new country, your diet is going to change. You're going to try different foods, but the most important thing is that you continue to try. Don't assume or don't be so picky and say like, oh, I cannot like that or that because I've never tried it. Just go for it and try. For example, one of the things that I never tried before, and not to say that like it's only in Denmark where you find oysters, for example. It's just I had never been in a place where I have gotten to try it, but I tried oysters and apparently I like them. I tried their local dish, which is very strange. It's called småpål, which is just rye bread with so many other things on top of it. When you look at it, it doesn't look that interesting, but when you try it, there's like some good taste. And now I really enjoy it. They like to eat that for lunch. It's one of the specialties for, Danish forecast. Be open and just try. Don't be so quick to assume or just like, push it aside. Just try, see what you like, and then, move on to the next thing. Number 2, weather. Different places have different kinds of weather. And when you move to Europe, one of the things that you're going to experience if you come from a tropical country like myself, we don't have the kinds of winters that happen out here. So you might have a little bit of a problem adjusting. Not such a problem as such, but it will come as a challenge to adapt to the winter season and how the temperatures are. But you'll just get used to it, and you'll find obviously different types of clothes to wear during the winter season to help you keep warm, the foods that you get to try and eat that helps to keep the body warm as well. And then there's also summer. In Kenya we have, for example, in Kenya we have hot days or warm days, and we also complain about those like extra warm days, but on this other side it's like every single day of like a month. Although there's like little bits of rain because summer has just changed over the years, but there's gonna be you'll either feel so warm or like you're gonna feel like, okay, this is I can deal with this, it's all good. But you definitely should expect that the weather is going to change and you're going to feel a different kind of way. For example, myself, I knew before that I had allergies, but not like to this kind of extent. For example, when summer started, I started rubbing my eyes so much, it was becoming very irritating. I could not understand what it was. I got a cold for like 2 weeks. I couldn't stop blowing my nose, and then I decided to go to see the doctor, and they said I have hay fever, which is an allergy. So apparently now I don't stand grass. I just start sneezing continuously. But now at least I have some like eye drops and some medicine to control the allergy. And it is something that I never had before, like to this certain extent. So you might get allergies that you did not have before or that you never knew about, but you get used to it. So that might happen to you or it might not happen to you. It varies from person to person. Friendships. Wow. This has to be one of the places or the topics that I feel like in my life I have seen like a change for sure. Because when I left home, I did not tell so many people that I was leaving home because I also have a small circle of friends, small different circles of friends. But ever since I came here, I feel like those friendships have sort of like drifted. We've all drifted apart from each other, and not in a bad way, and not because anyone did anything wrong, but just because people tend to fall apart in some, at some point in life, and that's completely okay. So you might feel like you're losing some of the people, especially from your home country, and then moving to a new country, then you maybe don't have any friends at all, or family, or people that you can talk to, especially being around people who speak a different language. Like, you probably will not be able to talk to someone in Swahili, for example, in my case. So you will feel you might feel a little isolated, but just know that you're not always alone. I feel like it's a thing that people go through whenever you move away from home. The perspectives change, the friendships change, and people just, tend to do their own thing. And then you will find that because you have so many things to do as an au pair, like maybe you have things to take care of in the house, or you have the children, or you also have your own your own social life that you need to establish because it's something new that you want to start. Then you find that also with the time difference, and you may not be able to talk to the people that you used to talk to back home at the same time, or you find that your times kind of like clash, and especially when it comes with when it's during the, how do you call it, like when the time differences like change. Sometimes, like in the summer, it's like the hours tend to come down and whatnot. But the friendships may change, but it's all natural, and you should expect that to happen. But there's some people who will completely stay with you, and you will always be talking with them, and you'll feel like maybe you'll feel like you have grown closer now that you're away than when you were, for example, at home. And then when it comes to fostering new friendships in your new home country, it's gonna be difficult because one of the language barrier, and you also don't know where, maybe like how to foster those, or where to get these specific communities. But I would say that it's nice to take advantage of your language classes when you start that, like the first people that you meet in your first module of your class, and as you go through, just make sure that you try and be open and talk to people, get to listen to them and where they come from. Understanding where people come from makes you appreciate what you have and what you don't have, and it just changes the whole perspective in your life, for example. So definitely take advantage of the language classes. Go online and check, maybe, for example, Facebook groups. If they're like, for example, in Denmark, there's a Facebook group for Kenyans in Denmark. And then, just be part of the group, and you get to follow up conversations. And, it's through these groups that you also find events, or you find just things, and people also get to talk in, like your mother tongue from your home country. So it gives you a feeling of like, okay, I belong here, and there's like a community that I know I can be part of, and I don't feel alone, even if you are away from other people. So there is that. But you are going to be okay. Just don't be enclosed, be open, and go out, meet places, go to places, meet people, and talk to people, and you'll be all right. Oh wow, it's gonna be very difficult to deal with host children, because one, there's the language barrier, and also two, the cultures that we have growing up. For example, in Kenya, our culture of raising children, it's difficult from here, and so there will be that kind of like brushing, not necessarily brushing, but how do I call it? Like, you might just find like there's some situations where your host children, for example, they will want something, and you don't understand what they're saying because, for example, they're talking in Danish and you haven't learned anything yet. So they will feel, and you'll see that they're also feeling frustrated that you're not understanding what it is that they need. But don't take it personal. It's not your fault. It's, they're just innocent kids, and it's like in their minds, they don't understand. How come this person doesn't understand what I'm saying? How come they don't speak my language or whatnot, especially the toddlers. But just be patient with yourself, be patient with them as well. And one of the tips that I could probably give is, before you travel to your new host country, try and maybe learn on YouTube, take some small lessons on like a language app. Just check small things, for example, how to talk to children, or just learn some different vocabularies around children or school or whatnot, so that it makes the transition and settling in a little bit more easier. And also, I've had some cases where Some children are not that nice as to different people, especially in the beginning, and that can be quite hard because you're trying to adjust, but you're also trying to make sure that you're fostering a good relationship with the new host family. And children are sort of like the last people to sort of like come close and bond, because they're just seeing someone new, and they're adjusting to seeing someone else being around the house apart from mommy and daddy and the siblings, or if they're alone. And so that might happen, but just take your time, be patient with yourself, be patient with the children as well, and also use your host parents as your helpers to help you understand. Maybe it's like the translation. I mean, obviously they will translate when the children say something that you don't understand, or when you guys are speaking at the table, or a conversation is being had in a different language or like in their in their language, and you don't understand. So there's that. Just be patient and be dedicated to learning the language, because if you go to study the language with the assumption, or like with the mindset that okay, I'm just doing this for the sake, you might not enjoy it. And some of these languages are very hard. For example, Danish is very hard, but I feel like with the right attitude and the right mindset, you get to kind of like have it easy. So you find that you're understanding some of the complex things, and just having the right attitude makes everything much better. The last thing, which I think maybe I would say, I've definitely had this from experience. You will be bothered by maybe some of the little things that to you they feel like it's something, but to other people it's like like they just couldn't be bothered. For example, like in the house as an au pair, some of the kitchen duties they are yours, and that would mean clearing out the kitchen table, putting things in the washing machine. And sometimes you'll find that people will just leave things on the kitchen table or on the dining table and walk away, because in their heads or in their minds they expect that there's someone who's around the house to do those kind of stuff. I don't agree with that, because as an adult you should be able to take your stuff, like take whatever it is that you've used from the dining table if you're eating, and then take it to the sink or put it in the right place. And some people might not, so it might be a bother to you, but just put it at the back of your head. Just know, a very close friend of mine told me, just remember that you're only here for a period of time, and take it as part of the job, do what you need to do, and then move on to something else. And once you learn and understand that, then it makes your time like pretty much easy. So you might be bothered about some little things, which I would just say like some little things which maybe seem to you, it may seem like it's obvious that other people or everyone knows, but then to others it's just like, I could not be bothered by it right now because I know there's someone who can do this, or there's someone who can move this from here to another place, or clean or tidy up the children's playroom, which is also part of the au pair duties. But sometimes it's also nice if you're living in a house with people that you get to help one another. But I feel like these are some of the things that you should expect once you become an au pair and once you start living with a new family. But above all, it's all a good experience. You're going to grow a lot from it. Like even in the first months, you will feel like, if it's like your patience, it has changed because you're living with different people, and that's a good thing because it's part of life. You get to develop as a person, as an individual, and how you relate to yourself and also with other people. So I feel like the whole process and the whole exchange program of being an au pair, it helps you grow mentally, it helps you grow socially with other people, and just how you think and how you relate to other people. So even with these things that happen all around us, it's all a beautiful experience and it's all worth it. So that's it. And I yeah, I wish you a wonderful time, and I hope that you have a wonderful stay with your au pair family, with your host family, sorry, and yeah, that you just have a good experience. Yeah. All right. Bye bye.